Hello everyone, welcome back to more AEW on TEW 2020. We are here the third week of August in 2022, just a week away from the all-out pay-per-view. We start off with our show of Dark, as Bruiser Sheridan of the Cult of Gold defeats Alec Price, just a local talent. El Hijo del Vikingo defeats El Firme. Then after this, Hams Katana and Morgan Daniels are talking about their difficulties that they have had recently with Killer Kelly, and overall with people not wanting to be Hams' friend. As they're talking, Killer Kelly herself shows up and starts making fun of the duo, and eventually, Kelly's insults towards Hams go a little bit too far, and Morgan stands up for her friend, and she challenges Killer Kelly to a fight. Killer Kelly's like, you know what? I respect the guts on that, but I'm looking forward to breaking your body and Hams' mind. So Killer Kelly, wanting to bully the two lovable faces. Chris Statlander defeats Janai Kai, another local talent. That is fine. Ashley Flair's music hits after the match, but it's members of the Queen's Court who walk out instead. They talk to Chris Statlander, yelling at her about her disrespect of the Queen of Pro Wrestling. Chris is silent throughout the entire time that they're insulting, only making a move when the court members get into the ring, and then Chris jumps at them, she fights them all, knocks them all down, because they're not prepared for a fight. And three newer wrestlers, they're not rookies, technically, they're still less than 2 years in the business, but Chris Statlander easily takes them out and walks out. FTR defeat Brock Anderson and Jimmy Shane. Io Shirai defeats Tai Conti. Tai bruises her eye socket, which is not too bad, honestly. Top Flight defeat Aiden Angra and the Danger Kid. Again, more local talents. Matt Hardy, after the match, talks up Top Flight, who are his proteges, but he's interrupted by the Motor City Machine Guns playing. They say that while Top Flight are damn good and they have tons of potential, they still don't quite have what it takes yet to reach tag team legend status like their mentor Matt Hardy, or like themselves, the Motor City Machine Guns. They make a challenge to Top Flight, saying that the chemistry that Shelley and Sabin have built up over many years in the ring is superior to that of the chemistry that even their blood shares, with Top Flight, MCMG wanting to face off against Top Flight. Riho Kakashi defeats Mira de Pasqua. Ricky Starks and Hook defeat Uno and Grayson. Marina Shafir in her debut match defeats cheerleader Melissa. And in our main event, Jungle Boy defeats Carl Anderson. Pretty quick show of Dark. We move on to Dynamite. Our show begins a little bit weirdly, with the Lexing brothers losing to Willpower when Willie Mack pins David Lexing. Again, weird way to start off the show with two very low-card guys. Or many low-card guys, I suppose. Scott Steiner then storms up to the ring following the match, accompanied by his nephew, as well as Nat Murphy. He yells at Willie Mack for being a mess-up with the Pops of Pump, and he yells at Will Hobbs for betraying Steiner for a fat piece of shit, like Willie Mack. Hobbs gets his own mic and he talks back, saying that while Hobbs did want to work, he wanted to work with Steiner. Steiner is a legend of the business, and he has one of the most legendary physiques in the business. He's more loyal to his best friend Willie Mack than any old legend of the 90s. Willie Mack himself pipes in, saying that he is appreciative of his friend Will Hobbs, and that all out, he's going to prove that he took the right path. He chose the right path by leaving the Pops of Pump, by challenging them to a match. A tag match, Will Hobbs, Willie Mack against the Pops of Pump. And Scott Steiner's like, no, that's ridiculous. Bronson already has a match at All Out. He has the TNT title match. But that's when Willie Mack clarifies that he wants to face Scott in the ring. Nat Murphy, or hell, if he can recruit someone to them. If he wants Bronson Steiner, sure. Will Hobbs, Willie Mack versus Scott Steiner. And then, I didn't put us in, but probably after that, There's a moment of agreement before the three powers of Pump start beating down Willpower. Because I want to turn them heel. There we go. After this, oh god, CM Punk has a catchphrase now? Oh lord, he's gonna get so many hundreds. I don't like Punk, but good lord. Alright. CM Punk is seen in a sit-down interview with Renee Paquette, who asked him about his confrontations recently with Samoa Joe. She says, I need to tell you something, Renee. I was visiting April in the hospital a few days ago. She's fine. She's going to be perfectly good. There's no lasting damage. She's just mostly shaken up from Joe's attack on her last week. But as for Joe, after my visit, he decided to attack me. He very well could have tried to end my career again. He was trying to put me into retirement again, but hospital staff managed to chase him off, and I got away with only some broken ribs. And you know what, Renee? That's only gone and lit a fire in my chest. I don't give a damn about what friendship we used to have, Joe. Because you know what, Joe? You're right. Sure, you haven't directly said it, but what we used to have together, that honor that we used to share together back in Ring of Honor, that camaraderie that we had, that's gone. We're no longer friends, Samoa Joe. And at All Out, I'm going to prove that I am the best damn wrestler in the world. Injuries and all, broken ribs and all. You want me to fight through injury? You said that I quit on pro wrestling over adversity? Well, I'll sure as hell show you. Because you be the one that's quitting, Samoa Joe. At All Out, I want an I quit match. I'm trying to do more stipulations in general. I think that'll be something that will help spice things up. I've done a lot of normal 1v1 matches, 2v2 matches, triple threat matches. Not too much special. Maybe a steel cage here and there. But already we have a few more stipulations. We have a hair v hair. We have an I quit. We have a last man standing. Already that's more stipulations than anything else I've ever had. And I'm considering adding another stipulation or two to some matches. Of course, this isn't including the Battle Royales. All that stuff. But 100 rating. As much as I dislike CM Punk as a person, he is very good on the mic. I won't deny that. But, hey, you know what? And I'll take it. I still think my biggest regret in the series is signing Punk, but I'm going to work with it while I still have him. After this, Brody Lee defeats Doggout with a pile driver. Brody Lee defending his IWGP US title. After this, he grabs a mic and he sits down on the top turnbuckle before speaking. He says, no matter where I go, no matter how I hold this belt, no matter where I defend it, everywhere I go, the name of Brody Lee is disrespected. In America, I have been disrespected time and time again. I conquered the best that Ring of Honor had to offer for this title. I've stomped my way through the best of AEW for this title. I've even traveled to Mexico and beaten their legends like Blue Panther Jr. And now I've crushed Impact's top dog. But there's somewhere that doesn't quite know how feared I should be, that still underrates the name of Brody Lee. New Japan Pro Wrestling. The golden era of pro wrestling, where all the top stars shine, where the best matches in the world happen, and the best wrestlers go. So people thought before AEW. Before I showed up in AEW, New Japan was the gold standard. But now I hold their gold. And at All Out, I'm going to defend this United States Championship, this IWGP US Championship, and I will tear apart one of the best that New Japan has to offer, one of the hardiest men that New Japan has, in Tomohiro Ishii. So, IWGP heavyweight, not heavyweight, US title shot, title match announced for All Out. Brody Lee versus Tomohiro Ishii, which would be a fun match. That's actually really good. I only had Maki rated on this because I was curious to see how she would do. That's very good. She's seen in a vignette showing her mixed idol and wrestler training, with Abaddon being present and both doing zombie things in the background. It's, again, Abaddon's in the background doing humorous things, and Maki talks over the vignette in Japanese. There's subtitles, of course. And she's talking to Utami, as well as everyone else in all of pro wrestling, looking at you, Britt Baker, about how serious she is about pro wrestling. And while people like Utami are naturals in the ring, people like Shida, Mayu, Kana, Big Swole, Ashley Flair, Jordan Grace, there's a ton of people who are more naturals in the ring than Maki Ito. But Maki's someone who's had to work incredibly hard to get to where she's at in both of her careers, and especially in pro wrestling, and she's constantly working to better herself. She says that Utami is simply scared of the success that Maki has had in pro wrestling. Because not only has Maki's success in pro wrestling eclipsed Utami's, but she also has her side career as an idol that's gone more successful than Utami's entire career. And she ends by saying that when they go up against each other, Utami is not only going to face the cutest pro wrestler in the world, but the best pro wrestler in the world. After this, a big 8-man tag as the Bankroll defeat the Latino World Order. This is something that I kind of hinted at a while ago for something happening. Kind of forgot about this part of the story, but whatever. It's fine. Good ratings all around, I would say, though. After this, Antonio Banks gets into the ring, and he talks about just how much money that the Bankroll can draw through Ricochet's viral highlights, the Acclaimed viral raps, and Jonathan Gresham's amazing skill in the ring being touted as one of the best pure wrestlers that the business has to offer. He's continued talking up all of his clients, talking up how, you know, they just got a win over a legendary stable, even though it's a shitty version of it. He's not going to mention that part, of course. But as he's talking, he's ambushed by Bronson Steiner, the TNT champion, who delivers a suplex to him. But Bowens, Caster, and Gresham, they all charge at Bronson, and he quickly dispatches of them. Ricochet, he's managed to get up to the top rope, and he tries to do a flying crossbody, and just like Bronson predicted he would, he catches Ricochet pretty easily. Huge, it says suplex on there, it would probably be a fall-away slam, would make a little bit more sense. And Bronson, Steiner, I said Bronson Reed, stands tall over the 5 down members of the Bankroll. I might change Bronson Steiner's name to Rex Steiner. Not sure about that yet, but that is a good name. So, who knows. After this, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are seen backstage, probably walking, getting ready to leave late in the show. Jungle Boy wrestled on Dark, which in this case would happen before Dynamite. Whatever, don't worry about it. When they are both jumped by the entirety of the Bullet Club. The numbers advantage takes out the members of Jurassic Express, and even the addition of Mary Dobson, who hasn't really been too aligned with them, even though she's been supposed to be aligned with them for a long time. Whatever. Priscilla Kelly takes out Mary Dobson with ease. Afterwards, AJ Styles gets a pair of scissors from Alexander Hammerstone, and he cuts a little bit of Jungle Boy's hair off, just like right at the tip of his hair. And then he kind of just springs it onto the fallen pillar of AEW, onto Jungle Boy. Says that there's more than that ready to be chopped off come the end of the month. AJ trying to build up a little bit more heat for the Hair v. Hair match. After this, Jade Cargill defeats Roxy in a pretty poor match. Then afterwards, Jade Cargill stands tall in the center of the ring. When Jordan Grace's music hits, Jordan talks about how Jade is trying to turn women's wrestling back into, essentially turning it back into the Divas era, and her baddies make pro wrestling truly bad. It's a terrible joke. Jade Cargill, unfazed, she's more of just disappointed in that joke, and soon enough, the rest of the baddies attack Jordan Grace from behind. But they're scared off when Kairi Hojo's music hits, of all people, and she comes out. Big Swole, Queen Lupa, they come out as well. Baddies escape into the ring, and the faces all glare at them, but it's not like they're, fully aligning with each other as a stable. This is very much, they all have problems with the baddies, which I will explain, hopefully. Because I do actually have reasons for all of them. They're not great reasons, but I do have reasons for all of them. So, yeah. After this, Lexi Paradise approaches Deonna Purrazzo backstage, asking about Tenille very mockingly. And Deonna says that Tenille's taking a little bit of time off. She's helping manage the VIP's lounge, make sure that Brutality Inc. doesn't shuffle in and fuck stuff up again. And Lexi makes fun of, well, the VIP's lounge getting destroyed. Deonna says that Lexi's only so confident because of her giants, but the employees of the VIP's club could easily take out Satnam Singh, basically implying, hey, one of my employees versus the giant Singh. And Lexi's like, no, I'm not going to do that match, because Satnam Singh, his debut in the ring is best served for a stage as big as his presence, the men's casino battle royale at All Out. I'm hopefully, just like I hopefully will go through the reasons for why all those girls are against the baddies, we'll start announcing people. Obviously not going to announce everyone that's in the casino battle royale, but announce some people ahead of time. In our main event, Adam Page and Miro defeat Steen and Sabay. Just a quick roll-up. Miro getting the lowest performance of the night, just because I believe he is the oldest of them by a few years. And after the match, Adam Page is completely exhausted, only barely managing to squeak away with that roll-up win over Rami Sabay. Miro, he steps into the ring, and he gets the belt from the world title belt from the Timekeeper, just like, hey, I'll bring this over to Hangman. Hangman is on his knees after the roll-up. He's looking up at Miro. It's perfect position for a super kick. But Miro doesn't. He does wait a few moments. He's looking at the title. Eventually, he hands the title over. He helps Hangman up to his feet, but Page, he still is very wary of Miro. As the show goes off the air, we get an, holy shit, 86 rating. Now that I actually know how to book segments properly and not just have everything be 4 minutes, yeah, we're doing good. We are sitting pretty, and hopefully All Out can be a banger of a show as well. But that does end the show for this time. Next time will be our, not quite our go-home show of Rampage, but the week before it.